Aunt one of the older aunts. Let me see your car. That looks old. If you put it back down, Dad said, chunky.
Now, did any of Aunt Edith's siblings come down with MS?
Did they come down what?
With multiple sclerosis like
The
she did?
Nicolini's, no.
No, I think just my mom was the only one.
Yeah.
And I left to go in the Navy. I was 6 years away.
Uh-huh.
And I missed a whole lot of stuff.
And you never kept the contact with them at all, or?
Well, I come for a reunion,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
a wedding, or so, that was up here and whatnot, but it got lesser and lesser as the kids got older and older.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long trip,
Yeah.
and you can't do it on the weekend. You have 8 hours here, and you have to start back.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed a lot. Weddings, all these guys and everything. I was at sea for the majority of them.
Yeah, that was the time you couldn't tell us what you were doing and where you were.
Yeah.
Because of what?
We were,
Secret.
We were near Russia, underwater.
In a submarine.
Yeah.
We knew he was in a submarine. We didn't know anymore. He couldn't tell us.
Yeah, the American Navy always has at least one submarine, a missile carrying submarine, north of the Arctic Circle, up around and come in. We didn't have rockets, so one time we went up there and we were north of Murmansk, and it was starting to get the thaw. Springtime was coming, and we sat in international water, so that would be at least 10 miles out. And we're taking pictures of all of these ships that they can't get out of Murmansk during the winter. You have to wait till springtime.
Yeah.
Then they can go back and come around and go into the Atlantic Ocean. So we took pictures. Well, we happened to catch the first picture known of a new ship that we didn't know about. American Navy and spy satellites had not detected it. So we took
Russian ship.
Yeah, we took a picture of it, and the sonar guys recorded the noise it was making, the screw turning, the shaft and all.
Oh, they're distinct though?
What?
Every ship has its own.
You ever seen
Yeah.
that for Red October?
Yes, that's a great movie.
That each ship, in whoever you're studying that time, you have a section of the noise it should make at normal speed.
Oh.
And so we got a presidential unit citation for this one picture. We just happened to be there.
Oh.
And then on another trip, we got too close to a Russian destroyer, and they picked us up on their sonar. Well, now we're having a game of tag. We come to the surface to check him out, and he sees our periscope. Now he turns and comes toward us, so we dive back down, go a little bit, and come back up, see if we have eluded him or not. Usually we didn't, because we were too noisy. We didn't. The modern submarines now, they come through the water and all you hear, that's about it. And about that loud too. Really good. A lot of stories to tell.
What'd you do on the boat? On a
I was
ship?
a nuclear reactor operator.
Really?
That's why I had to spend 6 years in the Navy. I enlisted for 4, and I took a battery of tests, and they said, you can do anything that we have in the Navy, your scores are good enough, but the thing to do right now is nuclear power, because when you get done with this, you get paid for being a nuclear operator, you get paid for being at sea, you get paid for being underwater. At the time I had a baby coming already, and so I agreed, and then you had to do the 6 because you were in schools for 3 years. Submarine school, nuclear power school.
What year did you start?
We said this the other day. What did we come up with?
62.
62. So I got out in 68. Somewhere around
Like
there.
the Cold War, huh?
Was that
Yeah.
around the Cuban crisis?
No, the
Oh,
Cuban
61,
crisis
right?
was later.
63.
63. Yeah, we used to go down to the Caribbean in the spring. They had a program called Springboard, and it was our Navy and other navies combined and practice and whatnot. But I don't think we were ever part of the Cold War deal. Look back on it, wasn't as bad as it seemed then.
Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with any of your Navy buds?
Yeah, we have a ship reunion every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
I missed it this year because it's in Bremerton, Washington.
Wow.
And the reason it's there is they towed the submarine up there and cut it apart. And the big sail, you know, where the periscopes and all stick up out, they mounted it and they have a display.
What's the name of it?
Triton,
Trident.
USS Triton, T-R-I-T.
Heard of that.
It's a submarine that went around the world submerged.
Submerged.
Submerged, never came up.
You were on it.
How'd
You were on it.
How long did that
What
take?
could it do then?
It's like 70 days.
It's a nuclear reactor. It can
You
run
weren't
for
on that ship. at
50
that time.
years.
No, when it
The only
came in,
limitation is food and water
you
for
know,
the crew.
captain was replaced and all other
'Cause
people
they-
left.
The other
and so
ships are
on,
all
and I was one of the
connected,
ones
right?
that came on
Yeah.
to replace
It
the
didn't
guys
go
from that
around
cruise that
underwater.
went elsewhere.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a big submarine, 580 feet long.
Football fields.
It must really be cramped. It must be really
500
crammed full of
people.
stuff whenever
Oh,
it
when
takes
when we
off.
go to sea, when we go to sea, every nook and cranny,
Yeah, it's
you know,
something.
and all of the rooms had something stuck in it. Anything canned would be back with the machinery and whatnot. And we had two freezers, and we'd eat our way down to where you could make a refrigerator. So half the time you could get in
Okay.
to the food you wanted. The other half you had to wait a week until we buried down it.
Wow.
We had a guy one time
Sounds like my
suffered
freezer.
appendicitis attack.
Okay.
And all we had on board was a corpsman, and not a doctor. We had just a corpsman. And they were talking about, what are we gonna do with this guy if he dies? It was determined, we empty out the left cooler,
Oh my God.
we put him in there.
Wow.
Wait till we get back 60 days later, take care of his.
Did he
body.
make it?
Hmm?
Did he live?
Oh, he survived, yeah. Corpsman gave him,
Scared that.
corpsmen are pretty close to doctors. They know their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, now they'll treat acute appendicitis with antibiotics a lot of times.
Yeah, we don't know, what they were doing.
Even if they rupture, they'll hit you with IV, big gun IV antibiotics.
Yeah, but do you have to then go in to clean up? It's rupture.
Burst.
This
Yeah,
is
I don't
50
think-
years ago.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think you can wait 60 days to start treatment. You know?
But you couldn't leave the mission. You couldn't stop the mission to go save this, go into port and get the guy to a hospital.
Very rarely do you
Yeah.
turn around and go back. Very rarely. You know, if you would spring a leak or whatnot from the surface, you turn around and go back in, but otherwise, you were on your own. You were like a space satellite. You're hovering in the same place.
You
just
couldn't
stay-
come up and meet a ship and drop them off on
Not where we were. North is already circled.
Joe, back in those days, those were the days when most adults smoked cigarettes. Did any of the crew? There was no smoking at all on the submarine, right?
No, I think they were smoking.
They were.
I think they smoked, yeah.
How about alcohol?
Oh, no, there's no alcohol.
None at all.
The officers' quarters might have had it.
Oh.
But we didn't.
You didn't.
You know, they used to, sailing ships, they used to get a thing of grog once a week or once a day. Not anymore.
Didn't you say they lit candles to clean the air?
Oh, yeah, that's how you maintain oxygen level. They had a thing that looked like a salt block, this big,
Yeah.
that, and you put it in a can, a metal container, and it had a wick on it like a candle. You take I don't know if it had a flash, a lighter,
Lighter,
or
yeah.
what they did, but you'd light the candle, and it would never did burn. It was just like, it was almost like a sparkler. There'd be
Sizzle.
little flame, and when it burned, whatever it was, when it burned, it gave off more oxygen than what it used.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That
Yeah,
was
so we-
amazing. I remember
What would that be?
story.
I don't know what it was, but it was heavy. It was just like a salt block.
Probably a firework in reverse.
Yeah.
I never.
And a
heard of
firework, you got potassium perchlorate, which has a lot of
They take
oxygen.
water and
When it
split
gets hot, it gives off oxygen. You mix it with the
Separate the hydrogen and
carbon
Yeah.
and sulfur and
I
aluminum,
put the
and it goes
oxygen
bang.
into
But maybe if you just had enough.
And that's all done You know, it
enough
doesn't need to be
carbon
tended
source
every day. You start-
to burn
start it
with the
up whenever
oxygen, but you got
need it.
2 extra
But
coming off from the chlorates or something like that. I don't know.
The reactor's always powered up when you're at sea, so you can run the whole trip.
It's not a comfortable
Didn't
place
have
to
a
sit.
malfunction, didn't have to mess with it, you didn't do that.
How many
I
people
don't normally
are
sit
on
this
a
long.
ship at one time?
I think our crew was 140.
I went kayak paddleboarding. It's still down there
You
yesterday.
stock that much food.
Aren't you afraid somebody's stealing it?
It's a
60
trick.
days.
A little bit, but I
To this
hid
day,
it in the
you didn't
weeds.
see me
Who's gonna be
hide,
there?
You didn't see me
Anyway.
eat cake, did
Trying to hide it somewhere?
you?
Just left it where the 4-wheeler
people up in the
turnaround
control
is
room,
down there.
Oh, you can't
They
see
were
that
wicked.
up there
They would call down
from the
to
water.
the,
Right.
to the galley, and it's
Sally
usually
had
during the
back
night.
surgery.
Not much
twice.
going on.
Yeah.
And say, are you gonna, they would converse, are we gonna
Someday
be
you
level
can-
for the next 20 minutes? We wanna
Someday
put
you
the
can
cake in the
trade
oven.
horse
We don't-
for us.
You got this
You
cake
think I-
batter and you go
I
like
was
this.
at the
the
place
batter
like when
goes-
you drive and you walk, I
So
think
they would
everything.
invariably say,
See,
okay,
that's
the
what
next
they told
20 minutes,
me.
we
If
will
you can
not
take the pain,
cake.
take it. Don't get
They would
surgery.
wait about 5,
I
10,
made it this far.
and they'd do it.
15 years.
Intentionally. So
My
we would
bone
get cake, in a
deteriorated.
big sheet
There
of
was
cake.
no bone
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Down here, the cake is about this thick, and up here, the cake is like this, and 3/4 raw. And this down here is burned. Didn't eat cake. Pies, it was the same deal. They would make them, they'd put them together. Damn guys in control. So between the captain had to referee these 2 guys. You'd have to say, okay, that's enough. We need good cake tonight. Somebody-
Why was the cake so thick on one end?
Did you say?
Why was the cake so
You
thick
missed the
on
whole
one end?
story.
You missed the story.
Well, I was.
They promised, the
Angle of the
control room
boat.
promised the boat would be
Planer.
plain, submerged,
Level.
not level, won't go up, won't go down, we'll stay right here. And it had to be about 20 minutes till the cake set,
Oh, okay.
Well, invariably they'd wait a few minutes and then they'd go up or they'd go down and the cake would do its thing. So on one end,
Okay.
this
Gotcha.
much, and on the other end, great big old thick slab, and all in the middle raw. Didn't have,
No heat.
Too thick, huh? Too big.
They need a gyro in there. That's all. Uncle Joe would have made a gyroscope to keep it level.
And the funny thing is, I joined the Navy, but I'm acute seasick, acute seasick until we dove. Then when we were 300 feet below, it's just like here, except you'd hear machinery,
Oh, wow.
You were seasick on the surface.
No, on the surface, oh yeah,
Yeah, because it's moving.
oh yeah. And
So,
I
I
can
know part of it
understand
is mental.
And they go down
because
under the
We
water,
came out of
300
Portsmouth,
feet.
England one time, and
Mhm.
when we got out of the harbor, we hit nasty weather, and the boat started doing this. So, and I get seasick really fast, so they realized that they had to dive, okay, so, I'm thinking, oh, I'm seasick as hell, and I heard the dive alarm, ooga, 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 3 times. So I'm laying, I says, okay, they dove, now I can get up, okay? I get up, I was fine, right? They hit a calm area, and all of a sudden we were back in the weather. Instantly I was sick again. It was all up here. I thought we were on the surface, I could be all right, but I can't. When you dive down 300 feet, even under a hurricane, it's pretty much like sitting right
All
here.
right, so after you've been on the sub for a month or two, did the symptoms go away?
Well, once we were submerged, once we were submerged north of Russia,
You didn't come up?
we wouldn't come up until we were in that same spot going back to the States.
Wow.
So the whole time we would come up periscope depth, and not only to see what's around, but we'd also receive radio messages when we were close to this. We didn't surface, we just come up enough where the periscopes could clear the water, and we had an antenna, a towable antenna. They would let it out the back of the boat, and the Navy would send messages to the submarine on very low frequency, which apparently covers tremendous distances with the antenna in the United States is between 2 mountains someplace. That would be being the antenna for receiving and sending messages. And I was told of my first daughter's birth on the same day as my birth, when we were north of the Arctic Circle.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Looks like he's ready to go.
That was the first baby too, and she was in Norfolk, and she didn't knew nobody.
yeah.
Yeah, so she took the baby, was about 2 weeks old, and went up to Baltimore and stayed with her mother until we came back. I grew a beard on one of the cruises. I was very meticulous about getting this thing nice looking, coming, got a haircut and everything, and so I'm thinking, boy, this looks pretty good. So we're pulling into the pier, we're pulling up alongside a tender where they help us load stuff and whatnot, and all of the women are on a rail up there like on a cruise ship, they're on a rail on the outside where they're looking down at us, and I look up there and I look over and I see my wife, and she's holding the baby, right? And she's looking down at me, and I'm looking at her. You know what she does? She goes like it. She didn't like it then. She said, "You take it off, don't you come near me."
So did you shave it off?
Well, of course. When you shave a beard off like that, that's 6 weeks, 8 weeks old, you have to do it with scissors first time, and with this hair I got, you go like this, and that hair flies everywhere. It like explodes. It's all brittle, and it's like wire, thin wire. I wore a flat top, and it was gorgeous. That thing would stay up there through showers or anything. Yeah. Another trip we made, we came back in. This time we're coming up alongside a pier. We don't have a tender. We got beside the pier, and we got to back in because we got to do some maintenance on the rear end of the ship. So all the women are standing there along the wall again. At the end of the slip, all the shore side where the wall came across, the women are back there, and the ship is backing up toward them with the propeller on their side. And they got a young ensign that they're trying to qualify as duty officer and docking this submarine. So he starts bringing it back in, and he's going all 2/3 back, 1/3 back, quarter back, and the captain is standing right over his shoulder, and he realized the kid should have said on one of those commands, go forward, because we're getting damn close to hitting the back.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the kid didn't do it. The captain finally took over. Says all ahead flank. That means 2 reactors, 2 screws. Now we're building up, going as fast as we can go. Water is being shot back by the propeller, hitting that seawall, going up like this, and over it goes.
Oh,
All the women standing there, all the babies, all this mud and shit from the bottom. Not a drop hit any sailor. It was all bad.
Welcome home, huh?
Yeah, that was impressive. It's, like a rooster tail on a speedboat.
Yeah,
I mean,
it shot up like that.
Yeah, it shot straight up in the air, and it was going that way, of course. It kept going that way.
But he never did hit the wall, though. He
No,
got it done.
no, he stopped it. Captain knew.
He knew exactly
I gotta
what
take
to do.
action at this point if this kid hasn't responded.
Wow.
Needless to say, the kid did not qualify that trip.
You failed.
Invariably, though, we come in port, you're underway, and more times than not, some guy in a speedboat would cross your path, and you'd have to take evasive action with a 500-foot ship trying to get away from a 14-foot speedboat or whatever.
Really?
You have the right of way then.
Oh yeah, usually the Coast Guard will be the
The
next guy.
biggest, the biggest ship has the right of way.
Oh, absolutely. And the Coast Guard enforced that pretty quick. You see the guy go across the bow, and you look over here and you see the lights, and you see the Coast Guard coming. Boy, they roll it. Pretty soon they'd be writing their ticket.
Man. We didn't have a whole lot of military
No,
in our.
you served in the military.
Army Reserve.
Reserve.
Sam was in the Army, Grandpa was in the, he was cooking in the Navy, he was in the Navy.
No, my wife was in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
She's a
That's
veteran.
right,
And
dietitian.
she's a hospital dietitian, and she was stationed in Washington D.C. at Walter Reed Hospital. This was the Vietnam era, and all the boys were coming back minus limbs, you know. And so she
Hooked on drugs.
she got to see all that stuff, and you know, that was we had just married when she took duty at Walter Reed. And I was finishing my last year at college at that time, and then you know, so Kathy got pregnant, and back then the armed services, if a woman in the service got pregnant, they discharged her. Nowadays it's different. I don't know exactly what they're doing now, but
Go get you one.
but she was discharged because she was pregnant with Marty. And when we still have her, you know, you have to show her your discharge papers for anything that's veterans related. So her discharge paper from the United States Army has a form on it, and there's a spot where it says reason for discharge. And there, you know, it's multiple choice kind of thing for whoever's filling out the form. And the
Marty's name on there.
the check mark on her discharge paper for reason for discharge was non-combat injury incurred in the line of duty.
How's that?
They didn't have anything else that was appropriate for pregnancy. So so I was the enemy. I was the enemy.
So she didn't lose her insurance, right?
No, but I mean, she got an honorable discharge at that point, and came back, and we had Marty and started our family.
For the ladies, now the Navy lets women serve on submarines if they want to. But 2 years ago, we ran aboard a nuclear submarine in New London, and a new one, this is a new one. We walked down, and the hallways are about this wide, okay? Now, if a sailor and a woman had to cross in that alleyway, they're gonna touch the whole damn way, and I don't know how in the world the Navy keeps them apart. It's unbelievable. There's so much computers and junk on that submarine that
Yeah.
you don't have room to turn. Most of the time you hit something, you have to bend down or scoot over or whatever. It's tight.
I joined the Army Reserve, so I didn't have to go to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What I go 6 weeks active duty or 6 months, and then 6 months, and then 5.5 years in the reserves, going to meetings and summer camp.
Summer camp for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That, you were talking about the discharge paper. What is the discharge form number for our DD 214? Do you know?
Something like that. DD something, that's right.
Yeah, it's probably universal between the
It's
services.
mandatory.
Well, I'm a
What's-
veterans clinic, so if you ever have any foot problems. Community care,
I got
we do.
I got hearing aids coming. I'm gonna get it put in another couple of weeks. Tried to get the Navy to pay for it, and I claimed that it was, I had hearing loss because of noise on the, when we were operating the reactor. I was sitting right here, and you have all the gauges and whatnot. And right where Joe's sitting, there's a hatch going down below, and right down at the bottom of that hatch, there's a steam-driven condensate pump. Big sucker. That thing roared so loud, it was unbelievable. And you had to leave that hatch open because of the ladder to get down there. And there was a sailor station down there operating that feed pump. And I told him, my claim was because of all that noise for an extended period of time, I now have hearing loss. Well, I don't think that's the case, because we all have hearing loss, don't we?
Nowadays, yes.
It's called working in the bowling alleys at age 10.
So
My ears
there's
are fine.
what?
My ears are fine.
Are they?
Yeah.
John, when they were when they sold the bowling alleys, we were there last time. He goes, you have any idea how old you were when you were working down there? I said, I was 11 years old. He goes, no, you were 10. Because I started working there in 74, so I didn't turn 10 until December. And we worked that summer learning how to fix the machines, and then, you know, when the leagues all started in September, end of August, September.
The Navy said that the hearing aid they would use, if I got approved, would be $4,500 for the set. We went to Costco, paid the entrance fee to join the club, $75, whatever the hell it is. The same hearing aid, same company, whatnot, $1,600.
Wow.
But that's out of my pocket versus
Yeah.
the government.
Oh, but still.
But still,
She has hearing aids, they cost $3,500.
a set.
Yeah.
Did you get your charger? Yeah, I packed it in the
In
box.
the ear.
In here, yeah.
Okay.
She gave me the old ones.
those were
What are you trying to say?
You don't listen too good, huh?
Can you call your charger? Yeah, I packed it in that little
Joe,
box.
what's-
I figured it'd be good for hunting, archery hunting.
I've never understood exactly what.
You should hear
Your
it.
dad and your dad were in the armed services. What was the story about them? How did they get into it? Did they enroll or were they drafted?
It
World War
was during the
II.
war, and some members of their family had to go in. Okay, and how it arrived at my dad and Uncle Sam, I don't know. But when the war ended, my dad had kids. They threw him out, because why are they gonna pay for kids too? Because they were paying for the kids.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, I have no idea.
Well, my dad, you know, he flunked his physical right off the bat, and he spent like another 5 months in the army getting a discharge.
That's about the speed.
He flunked a physical.
5 months
Yeah.
getting a discharge.
They drove
Yeah,
food
it was
trucks.
like, you know, I mean, I've read
Remember the
letters that
produce?
they wrote back
Mhm.
and forth back
They
in
were-
those days, they saved them.
Yeah.
Providing
You know,
people
my
with
dad
food.
started, yeah, I
So
mean,
they
he's-
were-
Why did he fail the physical?
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
how they
Something with his
avoided
back.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
You know,
Critical,
His back has
Right.
been bad since he was a little
whatever you
kid.
call it, critical
Uh.
birth or whatnot.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what was that?
So I have no idea why the discharge took so long. But he was there, you know, he went in the summer, and he didn't get home until like Christmas time. And all, the whole time, he was basically, you know, he knew he was getting discharged.
Where was he stationed?
San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
I wonder if he hurt his back diving into the river. Remember that story where
Oh, yeah.
he said
Oh,
they
yeah.
used to go down and they would dive off this log into the river.
Yeah.
And there was a big storm, and it had created a sandbar near this log. And he goes running down there after the storm. A few days later, he dives in. He says, "I didn't even wet the back of my head." He says, "I hit the mud." He said the water was so shallow, the back of his head wasn't even wet.
Well, guys, it's been great, but I gotta go.
Well, the bathroom's right there, Joe.
No, I go out in the trees.
Oh.